Hi everyone, Rich here from Mammoth Journeys. Thanks very much for watching this video. We're going to do a quick review on the Marin Four Corners. We've been using this bike for our cycle guiding this year, and we've racked up a fair few miles now, so we're in a good position to give it a review. For full disclosure, we are partnered with Marin, so you could argue there's a bit of bias in what I'm going to say, but I will highlight some things that you probably need to be aware of if you are looking at this bike that maybe aren't as positive as other bikes. So Marin advertised this as a go-anywhere bike, the last bike you're ever going to need, as comfortable on tarmac as it is on gravel. And from my experience, I would agree with that. I've used it in a variety of terrains and settings. I've gone 100-mile plus days on tarmac doing Dronogoetslands End tours. I've done lots of gravel riding in Europe on the cycle trails there, and even done some mountain biking on it in Spain as well. And it coped with all of it absolutely fine. The most positive thing I can say about it is how comfortable it is to ride and how much fun it is and easy. You never have to worry about it being achy at the end of the day. You can get to your town, your city, wherever you're ending up, and be comfortable and not have any sort of sore back or sore arms or sore knees, and you can go off and explore where you've got to. So that for me is really, really important. You enjoy the riding. The second thing for me is how versatile it is. So it allows you to do all these different elements off one bike, and you don't have to worry about which bike you're going to take. You only store one bike, and it allows you to do so much. Obviously it's not going to be as good as a pure road bike, and it's not going to be as good as a pure mountain bike, but if you're looking for a tourer, a commuter, or something to dip your toe into some road biking or some mountain biking, then this is a really, really good option. The final point I really like, which is important to me, is that it's pretty bomb-proof. I never have to worry about it breaking. I can go down some trails and just drag it hard, and it's going to be absolutely fine. And that's obviously Marin's background into mountain biking. They produce some pretty solid bits of kit, so that's really good. The things that I would consider if you were looking to buy this is the weight. So for me, it hasn't been an issue. So it's 13.7 kilos with it without any accessories on, and that can be fairly heavy if you're used to a road bike. The only time I really notice it is when I'm trying to put it on top of our car, to put it on the bike racks there. But other than that, I don't really notice it, not even going uphill. And I think that's partly because of the gear ratio. It's got quite a nice gear ratio to allow you to go up hills fairly easily. Again, I'm coming from a bit of a road bike background, so maybe the bigger ranges I'm just being spoilt with it, and I don't notice that extra weight compared to my road bike. But for me, it wasn't an issue. The other two things to consider. Firstly is the bottle cage setup. This is a really small minor point, and it probably won't even come into the radar. But this is a medium size, and it's got 6 attachments for bottles. 3 in the middle, 1 at the bottom, and 2 either side here. Now, I can't put one on down here because of the bike rack. That's where the clamp goes. So I'm using them here, and, on here, and at the top. And it's fine for a small bottle, but if you try and put a bigger bottle in, it can't fit here, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze there. So it works, but it's just something to consider, that if you were going to use it for real long distances, it's just something you need to bear in mind if that was a really important factor to you. The second thing to consider is the width of the handlebars. Now they're sort of regular width that you'd expect on a normal road bike, but if you're looking to go bike packing with these handlebars, they're narrower than others, which means that the bag roll you get on the front might not fit all types. And also, if you're doing a bit more technical stuff on it, doing a bit more gravel riding that is a little bit harder, with having narrower handlebars, the handling is going to be a little bit harder than if they were wider. On the bit of mountain biking I did with this, and on the gravel riding we've done, I've not had a problem with it. That's not to say I'm any good at it, I'm not, but I just didn't notice it that much, but it may be something to bear in mind for you. So overall, really happy with the bike, and I would recommend it to an individual if they were want to do a bit of touring, long distance cycling, and then maybe if they wanted to dip their toe in a bit of road biking, if they wanted to dip their toe into a bit of mountain biking, because it really does allow you to do so much, and it's gonna last as well. It's gonna allow you to do that stuff, and also it allows you to accessorize it, add stuff on you wouldn't get with other bikes. So you can add mud guards, you can add panniers, and it allows it quite easily. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's my what I felt like I've had over the time with the bike. If you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. If I've said something which is outrageous or something I've missed you think would be really helpful if someone was looking to buy this bike, then let us know in the comments below. Check out our other videos, because we do some other product reviews of stuff that we've used. And if you're interested in some of our trips, check out mammothjourneys.com to see some of the cool routes that I've got coming up. See you in a bit, guys.